Hello everyone, today in my vlog I want to talk about a website called livebinders.com. It's a place where you can just make a virtual binder basically. You can make as many tabs as you want, you can make sub-tabs within the tabs. It's a great place because you can make notes, you can put live documents in such as Google Docs and polls everywhere. And so it's just you can incorporate a lot of different tools into this one document, and it's all just right there for people to access. Something that I think would be helpful with the live binders is that you can collaborate online, so you can share and other people can give you feedback and help. And if you don't know how Google Docs works, when you put it in, you can change the settings so that people can come in and they can edit it. So your students or parents could go on, ask questions, add information, great things like that that maybe help them or for future students. And it's a live document, so you can change it anytime. Or you can make it just to view, so parents and students could go in and they could print it out if they wanted a hard copy. And there would be no excuse for them not to have their notes because it would always be online. So first of all, with live binders, you have to go in and then you make your profile so you can save it all. And it's very easy. You just hit start a new binder, you go in, and there is a binder in there already on your shelf that you can look at, and it gives you tips on how to do basically everything. But it's pretty self-explanatory. You choose the layout of your page, and you can create sub-tabs and all that stuff, and it's really easy to use. Live binders would be used for a classroom that is looking to move more to the digital age and not have as much paper, and you don't have as many things to keep track of. As a teacher, you could have all your lesson plans online, and it would be accessible for not just the students but for the parents as well, so that they know where you are and they can always refer back, and if they need help they could type on the Google Doc and you could give them instant feedback. I've used two tools, other tools, Google Docs and Polls Everywhere. And so just to show how it could be executed in the classroom, Google Docs are really good because, again, it's a live document. If you put it in, you can change the settings so that anyone can edit it or just you can edit it and people can just view it. But they can print it out at any time. They can always see it. And if there is a mistake, you can always change it. And if people want to ask questions, it's a great way for collaboration between lots of people. Live polls, I put that in there just because you could put it in there and ask like questions very general just so you know where your class is at certain points. So after an addition unit, say, you could just have a poll in there, say, how are you feeling about this? And you could have numbers like I'm feeling 10 out of 10, I'm feeling 8 out of 10, I'm feeling 5 out of 10, 0 out of 10. And if the majority is feeling obviously lower, you would have to take more time in the classroom to help them out. With the Google Docs, anonymous for people to post on it so they could ask questions and you can give instant feedback. And yeah, it's a great way for collaboration, and other students could help out students as well because it's effective for students to be able to know how to teach it as well. If you don't know about Google Docs, you can make forums, and in the forums you could put questions, and with the questions you could say you want 2 times 2, and you can put verification for the answer so it is a number, and you can make it required so they have to answer each of the questions on the quiz before they hand it in. And when they hit submit, there's a separate sheet that it will go to, and it will display the test results. With the test results displayed, you can use something called Flubaroo. It's an extension in Google Docs, and it's going to be linked down below if you want to watch a video on it. But it will instantly mark everybody, and it'll tell you what question was the hardest for the students, and it can give you the tools to rethink your tests as well and what you're doing as an educator. To really understand live binders, I think you have to try it out for yourself. I made a practice binder. I added tabs, I added sub-tabs. I just put little notes in there, what I think could be executed in a classroom effectively. I think for students to have a live binder for your class is unrealistic because it may get confusing for them, and if you have 20, 30 live binders to try and help out, it might get confusing. So I think as a teacher, having a live binder, having it accessible for students and also their parents, because parents' involvement is important in a classroom, and just a place that you can come to collaborate as a class, and it is just always accessible, and the notes are just always there, which I think is a big plus about it. But I have my binder below. It has Google Doc in, it has Poll Everywhere. If you text the number in the Poll Everywhere, it'll instantly be updated in there. If you click on the live document on the Google Doc, you can edit it, you could ask questions, you leave feedback, you could do anything. Not saying that you have to, I'm just saying that you could in a classroom. And I have another document in there that's just simply for viewing, and that's just to show you that it's in there and they can look at it, they could print it out if they wanted to, but they cannot change anything on it, which would be great for if you just had unit notes or side notes or anything. And it's just for you as an educator as well, because you can always go in and you could change something, add something. You should always, that's great for personal development, because you should always be changing your lesson plans and changing your notes for what you see for the next year or the next student to improve it for them. Why wait till next year though, when you can do it instantly? You see something that's not working in class, go into your Google Doc, change it. It's not a huge thing of writing it out or finding that document on your computer. It's just right there in your binder. You just click, edit it, and it's good to go. Not saying live binders is the best, but it's something to definitely check out and take into consideration for something for the future. I think it would be unique to try at least one class like this. Math, I think, would be the easiest to try, because quizzes, you can make multiple choice, and they can do it at home, and it's endless practice for them. You give them the answers, and they go to town, really, and the students take their learning into their own hands. For the notes always being accessible, I found in my internship that kids were always fumbling with their notes, and they didn't want to bring certain notes in there. It would just be there all the time. There would never be an excuse for them not to. Some downsides to having live binders: if your class doesn't have the technology necessary for the kids to access it in class, that would be a problem. So it definitely depends on the situation. For someone that loves technology, I hope I have the technology accessible for my students to try this in the future. I think it's something great, and I think you should just go on and try it out. That's my recommendation. So, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the future.